Warriors! All the dots are connecting. So imagine a puzzle piece all over the floor since 2017. And now all the pieces are starting to come together. You're going to see here why you're going to need an exit strategy. My name is Coach JV. I am the top health and mindset coach in the world. What you believe in your heart, you think in your mind, will eventually become your words and become your reality. If you can see it in your mind, eventually you can hold it right here in your hands. What you repeatedly do gets ingrained in your subconscious mind. What gets ingrained in your subconscious mind becomes an unconscious activity. And as you look this way at a pandemic, there's a whole nother narrative going on this way. Now, the beautiful thing is we're starting to see the narrative play out. And if you're paying attention, if you're going down the rabbit hole, you're able to make informed decisions. But before you do, click the description right here in this video. You'll be able to join our private Warrior Academy, access to my crypto portfolio, exit strategy, multiple calls throughout the week. Most of all, our 120-day challenge, goal setting, vision board creation. You get to work out with us live daily. Nutrition, it's a comprehensive mind, body, and soul program to help you get to that next level. Now, one thing we're going to talk about at the back end here is an exit strategy, because I'm going to show you how the dots are connecting. Now, remember, I shared with you guys, I've been in crypto for about a year. I keep saying a year and a half, more than a year and a half now. It goes by very quickly. But I wasn't in here around 2017. But I do a lot of interviews with people who have a lot of experience from back in 2017 in the crypto space. And one of the things that they talk about is how interesting everything was. It was like the wild, wild west, and it still is. But they didn't have this type of legitimacy out there. They didn't have this type of news. They didn't have this type of validity. They didn't have pro athletes touting that they're getting paid in Bitcoin. So there's a lot of things happening. But as we connect the dots, we need to make really good informed decisions. But remember, as I've been teaching you the game, the billionaires are playing a completely different game than you warriors. So in order to play the big game with little money at first, in order to get the big money, to become the game, you have to know the game. So we're going to go through this. At the end, I'm going to talk about my personal exit strategy and what I think is going to happen with the market. Remember, none of this is financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. So let's jump right into it. So yesterday, the news is just going crazy yesterday. So Brian Armstrong, if we go here, if you jump over to Coinbase, okay, Brian Armstrong is a co-founder and chief executive officer of Coinbase. So Brian Armstrong tweeted yesterday, we recently received board approval to purchase 500 million of crypto on our balance sheets to add to our existing holdings, and we'll be investing 10% of all profits going forward into crypto. I expect these percentages to keep growing over time as cryptocurrencies mature. Hopefully over time, we can operate more of our business in crypto. Today is still a mix. So this is really, really important, okay? Brian Armstrong and the Coinbase team IPO'd on the stock market. These people are making big decisions. Remember, we connected the dots with the DCG group, and I'm going to show you something interesting that I just noticed, and I would love to hear your comments down below. Okay, so that's a big, big thing. Why would companies like Coinbase, obviously it's a crypto company, but these are massive companies, warriors. They're on the stock market, okay? You got Michael Saylor, you got Tesla, you got all these large companies putting their money into cryptocurrency. Okay, so that's the number one thing. We know cryptocurrency is here to stay. What you got to realize at the end, I'm going to talk about is what is your exit plan so you can take advantage of the biggest price appreciation, but also pull some out so you can get ready for 2025. Okay, so let's check this out. So Coinbase builds a $4 billion cash pile to weather the tighter regulation crypto risk. The cryptocurrency exchange plans to use its cash to expand and prepare for high compliance costs, the CFO says. Okay, so another thing, connecting the dots. Why would they put aside $4 billion if they didn't think that cryptocurrency was here to stay? They know regulation is coming, warriors. They know regulation is coming. Now, remember, DCG Group is highly connected, not only in the crypto space, but the financial space, but the political space, right? So they know what's coming down the road. We know regulation is coming. So we want to make sure that we have a game plan during this crypto bull run so that we can pull some profits so that you can build, because there'll never be a moment in time like this where you're going to have this type of price appreciation, maybe in 2025, but I think at some point it's going to stabilize as a stock market as you get into 2026, 2027, into 2030, things will start to normalize. It'll be a normal asset class, right? Right now it's volatile. There's big swings. So right here, they're putting 4 million cash pile to weather tighter regulation. So this is all great news. This is bullish, right? This is telling us that it's here to stay. Then Coinbase launches in Japan. Coinbase was founded in 2012 as an easy and trusted place to buy and sell Bitcoin, right? Today, we're excited to be launching Coinbase in Japan, one of the first countries to embrace crypto and one of the largest markets by crypto trading volume in the world. Okay, so now another thing that's beautiful about this is when you see your favorite cryptocurrency get listed on Coinbase, that's going to be massive. In line with our global strategy, we will aim to be the easiest to use and most trusted exchange in Japan that's fully compliant with local regulators. That's why we're also excited to announce our partnership with Mitsubishi UFJ Financial Group. Okay, that's one of the largest banks in Japan, serving 40 million Japanese customers. Our partnership with MUFG will help millions of people in Japan access our platform quickly and begin trading on our exchange by offering quick deposits for customers in Japan one day. So think about that, Warriors. They're connecting with the largest bank in Japan. This is coming fast and furious at a turtle's pace, if you know what I mean. Let's hurry up and wait, okay? So let's start to connect the dots. So this is news, right? You guys could all see this news, but here's what I do. So once I hear the news, I connect the dots to go a little bit deeper to really solidify my belief in cryptocurrency and my exit strategy and what I will be doing in the future. Okay, so now we know Brian Armstrong, right? They are doing some big things, 500 million into crypto, and 10% of their profits will be going into cryptocurrency, okay? So if you look at Coinbase launched in Japan, and if you look at their board of directors, now the things that I look at, we recently received board approval. So this is how I do my research. I'm like, okay, cool, board approval. Well, let's go look to see who's on their board. So I went to Coinbase's site, and this is how I do my research for my cryptocurrencies. But I go here and I look at their board. Now a name popped up. Oh, we know who Mark Andreessen is. I've been saying the name wrong. People come at me. Mark Andreessen. Okay, so we know that. Does this sound familiar? Anderson Horsowitz Fund, right? So he is on the Coinbase board. Okay, so let's go over here. Let's start here and we'll go backwards. Okay, so if I go over to Mark Andreessen, so he has Andreessen Horsowitz Fund, right? So we'll go here, Andreessen Horsowitz. So we'll go here to the fund that I've showed you many a time. So Crypto Fund 3. Okay, this is a $2.2 billion fund. And I showed you that they brought on Bill Hinman, the former director of the Securities and Exchange Commission Division of Corporation of Finance, joins as an advisory partner. Bill spearheads the SEC's early work with digital assets and made critical contributions that provided clarity to companies operating in the space. Bill will provide valuable insights to us and our portfolio companies, as well as play a key role in shaping the future of regulatory environment. Okay, so let's start to connect the puzzle pieces, okay? So we're over here. The board of directors allows them to put in 500 million into crypto, okay? 10% of all profits going towards crypto. Right here, Andreessen Horsowitz Fund has Bill Hinman. Bill Hinman spearheads the SEC, okay, before. Okay, he'll be helping them provide valuable insights to us on our portfolio companies, as well as play a key role in shaping the future of regulatory environment in which they operate. So he has the insight on what's happening, where cryptocurrency is going. The board of directors gives them approval for 500 million in crypto and 10% profits. Okay, Coinbase launching in Japan. They're putting away $4 billion cash pile to weather tighter regulations. Where do you think they're getting the information from? They know it's coming. Obviously, they have the insight, right? They're all connected, Warriors. But let's go back a little bit further. We know that Coinbase is owned by who? Or the subsidiary. Okay, build our subsidiaries. This is a DCG group. We dove deep into the DCG group. But if you look at our subsidiaries, something interesting happened. So we got Genius, Grayscale, CoinDesk, Foundry, Luno, and Coinbase is missing on here, which is interesting. So they took it off the front page. I don't know if it's anything, who knows? But I was like, interesting. So what happened? So if we go to portfolio here, and we go, Coinbase is still there, but they took it off of the front page. I don't know, maybe that's an algorithm, who knows? Maybe someone can comment below. I may be reading into stuff, but that's how we got to do our research. We're all speculating, right? So this is one of their portfolio companies, okay? So this is really interesting. So I don't know if that's a subsidiary anymore, which is interesting. Maybe somebody could know, because this is portfolio companies that they're invested in. I'm not sure if subsidiary and portfolio company is different, but subsidiary to me is an ownership of, right? So we have our company and we have a subsidiary, which is the uncommon 1%. right? So they took it off of the front page, which is interesting. So I don't know if something changed here or they took it off the front page for a reason. But anyways, Warriors, this is showing you as you connect the dots. You got the Crypto 3 fund, 2.2 billion fund. Bill Hinman sits on the board of directors. Brian Armstrong, we recently received a board approval to purchase 500 million in crypto. Warriors, you are in one of the best asset classes in the world, and you're very, very early. So let's talk about an exit plan. People ask me all the time, what is your exit strategy, Coach JB? I am very specific on my exit strategy. Now, my exit strategy is not just about cryptocurrency, but I'm really setting myself up for generational wealth. So let's back up just a moment. I've been very transparent and honest on every single podcast interview, everything I've done. I've shared with you guys exactly what's happened. I lost my money for the third time, okay? Second time after leaving banking. Here's what happened. So the first time is 15 years ago. I attempted suicide on December 18, 2006. Screwed up my life. I had an opiate addiction 15 years ago. So I attempted suicide on December 18, 2006. I was a disaster. So I lost my money due to self-induced drug addiction, suicide. Obviously, that was a complete collapse of my life. Rebuilt myself back up. Became an executive at a bank. Got a job at a bank. Built myself up. Did really, really good. Got a high-paid vice president job at a bank, making well over 6 figures. Built up a nice little 401k. Built up a nice little nest egg. And when I really, really realized the banking system, I decided to leave. It didn't feel right to me. So I'm not willing to sell anything, my soul specifically for money. So I walked away from the banking system to find freedom. When you go to find freedom, Warriors, you got to learn. When I left the bank, I had no social media, zero social media. And you see where my social media is at now. I left and had to build my social media, understand online marketing, understand how to run a business online. I failed 5 times. 5 times. We built a gym. I lost all my money. I cashed out my 401k. I did everything I could to keep people paid. I went through the whole process. Okay, so that was number 2. I lost my money. Then we started to build up. We started to see some success. And then all of a sudden, gosh, so how long has it been, Warriors? Almost a year and a half. So I get divorced and we get the C word, right? And all of a sudden, right when our business starts to succeed, boom, it gets pulled out from us again. So I ended up in a position about a year and a half ago, starting over completely I'm 45. So what was I, 44, 43 around there? Okay. So I'm in this position where I'm like, I have to change my brain. Why do I keep losing my money? So I had to change my subconscious mind. So when I changed my subconscious mind, instead of studying just success books like I always did and just what successful people do, well, I knew how to become successful. I did it multiple times, right? But just becoming successful isn't going to make you a millionaire or a multimillionaire or a billionaire. The billionaires and multimillionaires are doing something completely different than we're doing. They don't buy cars and houses and all this stuff to impress people they don't like. They make their money make money. And most of them only buy assets liabilities when the assets can pay for them. So I changed my brain to assets and liabilities. And at a very small level, I started building this little ecosystem and it got bigger and bigger and bigger. And a year and a half later, I was able to pay off a pretty large amount of my debt, pay off the cars that I had, or the cars. I have no car payments now. By the end of October, I'll completely debt free. Also, during this time and during the last 3 years, we built $1 million company. So that was a big part of it, hard work and dedication. And I also was amassed a pretty large, in my opinion, crypto portfolio based on what I had before. And if it goes the way I think it's going to go, I'll be a millionaire this year. Now, why do I bring that up to you? Because I have a very strict plan and I'm very disciplined. So when I went into the crypto space, and I started to learn from all these different people. That's why I interview different people, because I want to learn from everybody. I'm like a sponge. And so I had Crypto Cito. I met Selman. He's on our technical analysis team. I met Crypto Cito. And he said to me, talk to me about an exit plan. I'm like, exit plan? Interesting. I keep talking about generational wealth, but what is your plan? What are you going to do when the bear market or the bull market takes off, when it goes absolutely parabolic? Well, I was like, man, I don't really have a full game plan with my crypto. I have a game plan outside. And he's like, well, how are you going to exercise your game plan if you don't have a plan? So what I developed was a very strict exit strategy, which is in our Warrior Academy. You fill out your own Excel spreadsheet. So what I'm doing in the crypto market, as it goes parabolic, what I do is I'm exiting 50% of my portfolio by the end of the bull run. Okay. I don't know when the end of the bull run is going to be. I think it's going to go parabolic in October, kind of start coming down in November. That's my opinion. But here's the thing. It doesn't matter when it does it if you have an exit strategy. So imagine having an Excel spreadsheet that has targets. Okay. So I'm exiting 50% of my portfolio. 50% stays long-term. I'm not touching it. Okay. Moon bags, staying forever. Okay. 50% comes out. It has targets 4 price points on the way up. Okay, so you're exiting and dollar cost averaging out of the market as you leave the market. As you pull your money, this is the most critical part. There's a couple things that I'm doing with my money. Number one, I am staking in a stable coin to gain passive income. Anything I take out is going to go into an asset that generates cash. That's the richest man in Babylon. This is what changed my life the last year and a half. So since I was able to exercise my strategy, November to about February, we went crazy. We went parabolic. I was able to start to exercise my exit strategy. So I was able to exercise, I think, 4 different exit points. So the first one I did silver. Okay, so I have a wealth preservation. I staked, then I did silver, then I staked. Now what I'm doing as it starts to go up again is I'm going to be staking in a stable coin for passive income. I'm also building my Turo strategy. I'm going to be doing a rental car strategy. That's passive income. And I may even do a DeFi loan for that and not have any capital gains. Okay. I'm also investing in new companies or existing companies, which I'm going to be doing LBOs, buyout offers. So I'm putting some money on the sidelines just in case I need down payments or if I need to have any type of funding for that as well. But do you see what I'm doing? Everything I'm doing is going back into an asset that generates cash. And when that generates cash, I put it back into an asset. And you create this ecosystem that starts to build. So what this has done for me personally is it's opened up my mind to a new awareness. I have totally different level of mentors now. Now the mentor that I'm dealing with, he came and spoke to a Warrior Academy yesterday, is helping me buy my first corporation, established corporations. Within the next 6 months, I'll be doing a leverage buyout offer. I'll be buying an established corporation, probably about 20 years in business, very low debt, high capital, high profitability, walking in, buying the company, absorbing the company and becoming an owner. And my hands will be out, my nose will be in and collecting money because these are established business. Now, an exit strategy is super important. There's 2 types of people. If you're just going to set it and forget it, awesome. Just keep dollar cost averaging in. Just set it and forget it. You're in a very, very immature market. And down the road, you're going to be very happy you did. But having an exit plan is very, very, very important. And a simple exit plan is just knowing what targets to leave at as it goes up. Because when it goes straight up, Dogecoin, I remember when it went straight up, all the exchanges, I couldn't even get on the exchanges. You couldn't get on it. They were so over bogged down. And then you come sliding down the back end. Now, remember, you are never going to catch the top and you're never going to catch the bottom. You're never going to catch the top and you're never going to catch the bottom. The best way to get a cryptocurrency to go up is sell it. And the best way to get it go down is buy it. Just set a game plan. Now, the last thing I want to leave with you is discipline. I remember when I hit my first target for Ethereum, which was like 3,600 for my first exit at a certain point. And I got this emotional feeling when I went to go sell it. And I'm like, I got it emotionally attached. I'm like, it's going to go up. It's going to go up. It's going to go up. And right when I sold it, I think it was right when I sold. The timing is not exact, but right around that time, Ethereum ended up coming down pretty dramatically. And I was like, holy cow, if I wouldn't have sold it, I wouldn't have been able to exit my target. I wouldn't have been able to buy that silver. So does that make sense? You got to have a game plan. This is all fun and game, warriors, until you go straight up and then come crashing back down. But this is an opportunity for the everyday person. And LBOs are the opportunity for the everyday person to finally get a piece of this pie. I don't think there'll ever be an opportunity like this in our history or our kids' history. There's never been an opportunity for the normal everyday person to get a piece of the pie. So I just wanted to explain that to you guys, what an exit strategy is, what it kind of looks like. But if you want access to one, or you want access to a community where you can ask questions, we have cryptocurrency calls, you can see my portfolio, you can see my exit strategy and fill out your own Excel spreadsheet. Click the link down below in the bio, but make sure you do the programs. Make sure you go through the courses. Make sure you join the 120-day challenge. This is not a get-rich-quick thing. This is a work together to build our future, to build generational wealth thing. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Everything's down in the description down below. As we always say, warriors, let's get your shit together. Let's go.